Hello! Today is a special day. Do you know why? Well, you probably do because you clicked on this video. Today I'm going to be reading some r/NuclearRevenge. My super entitled mother tried controlling me. I get my revenge for years of her bad behavior. I'm in my 20s, as is my significant other that I'll call fiancé for this post. Keep in mind that I'm heavily disabled mentally and physically, important for later, due to certain reasons caused by my biological parents. I refuse to relive those events, so I won't say what happened to me during the time I lived with them growing up, but I will say that my parents are divorced and hate each other. I have a service dog and she's the best thing that ever happened to me. I'll call her Melly for this post to protect my privacy. Strap in for the ride, folks, because this is nuclear. Due to my physical disabilities and my mental illness that I had legally diagnosed by a fully certified professional, I received federal aid because I'm physically unable to work as a result. I've been receiving benefits and using them for the right purposes, like my rent, getting my college loan paid off, and among other things, I'm using it to afford my medications for my conditions. See, my mother is a firm disbeliever of mental illness and states that because she had a bad life, no one else can suffer, and would always use that excuse with me. She was unfortunately the person that the government dubbed in control of my aid benefits. That was until I moved away eventually, when my now significant other helped me get out of that situation. During the time that I was with her, she wouldn't report to the government like she was supposed to. I even told her she had to. Her reply, "Why don't you report it yourself then?" Now I would, but the government doesn't want anything to do with me since I'm not the one the government dubbed was in charge. I tried on multiple occasions to convince her, to no avail. That's when I tried myself. They literally asked me directly after getting my name for my representative, my mum, and cut me off as I was trying to explain the situation. When that failed, I tried going in person only to get met with, "We need to talk to your representative or they have to be present for you to speak to us." This is because my mental illnesses make me physically incapable of distinguishing reality from the psychosis episodes I randomly get. Shout out to fiancé for literally always being my anchor, and Melly too. So, I could understand from their point of view. That did still kind of sting though. Imagine being told that because you have a mental illness that you're unable to be a functioning enough adult to speak to someone. I got penalized for lying to the government as a result of her stupid choice. See, the years I lived with my mum, I wasn't told how much aid and benefits I was getting. I knew it was more than she told me, since her and her boyfriend always seemed to get expensive things like jewelry and new phones around the time of my payments. In short, the rule for my payments is that I can't have access to the money, but it has to be used for me, not her. The only other option I had, other than magically getting better, was to get kicked out of the house and end up homeless without my benefits. I needed those to treat my conditions though. My mother and her boyfriend also would hurt me a lot, steal my meds, etc. Fiancé learned the truth because I had a call up one day with him while I was cooking and he witnessed my mum coming in and placing my hand inside a burning hot pan and screaming about getting more money I don't deserve. Oh my god. It took everything in him not to lose it at her when he saw this. He began to monitor everything because I would just be on Discord or a Skype call with him during these times, so we could start gathering evidence by me leaving my phone on record at the same time as the call whenever I saw her enter the same room. Cue the nuclear revenge. One of the ways my mother tried to tie me to her was she would get me into debt with anyone and everyone she could, such as doctor appointments, college, etc., by stealing the cash that I had hidden from her to pay for those things. She was clearly also using my benefits for herself, which is against the law since it's meant for me. So fiancé, being the amazing man he is, he saved up money from his job and his active duty pay. He got me out of debt while keeping our evidence compiled and ready. The day freedom came, I snapped because she tried getting rid of Melly. After about 2 years of saving and biting the bullet, fiancé paid off my biggest debt, so I was able to have enough room to be able to move out. He had me move in with him. We then had all the recordings from the past 2 years and turned it all in. Social Security, of course, let me change my representative, so then I finally convinced them to switch the rep to being fiancé instead of her. During this time though, he was called to get stationed in a state that was very far away for his military duty, and Social Security approved and said it was okay since he had orders to go. The result? From what my older brother explained, Mum tried desperately to keep herself as my representative. She lost the money she was using for all her fancy things as well as her house. Yes, you heard that right. She used my benefit money to pay for the house without telling me. She was found guilty of federal fraud and falsifying federal documents, among other things. I don't know how long she got. I didn't bother asking because I just completely cut her out of my life. My brother and I are on happy sibling-friendly terms and we talk a lot, and my condition has improved since I was able to start treatment without having someone get in my way. Fiancé is amazing and acts like a caretaker for me. When I left my mum, I didn't tell her I was leaving either, or else she would have done literally anything, including murder, to try and get me to stay. The reason I didn't leave sooner was because it's hard to leave a situation with zero money on top of having a medical issue to treat. And despite her allowing me to live there, she charged me rent and didn't inform me how much money I was getting. If I left without doing anything, I would have fallen on my face and been unable to care for myself. Leaving a situation like this isn't as simple as one phone call and done, especially when you don't even know the full scope of what they're doing to you. I wasn't a minor when I found out about this, and she had legal guardianship, so I could receive benefits in the first place. And yes, she did get charged with abuse. I just don't like saying that word, which is why I put it among other things. How can anyone do that to another person? Let alone to their own child. It just breaks my heart. That mother is so entitled. You just never know what someone's going through at home. And if you ever see someone and you think something might be wrong, do something about it. Even if it's just anonymously reporting that you're worried. Because this shouldn't happen to anyone. No one should have to go through this. I hope that mother ended up in prison for a long time for that. Thank goodness that OP got away from that horrible, horrible woman. I hope you guys liked that r/NuclearRevenge story, read by Red. That's me, I'm Red. Please give the video a like if you did enjoy it, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't done that. Share this video with anyone who you think might enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow.